Okay, so here in the East Coast, it is still March the 19th for another 1 hour and 11 minutes. So technically it's not the 20th. And it's the same day since I got up and before I went to bed, so I really hesitate to call it day 36 of the challenge. We'll see how this fits in. It's just that I really needed to do this. Um, I'm working on songs. So here. Last night, no, 2 nights ago. Wait a minute. Yeah, it was Thursday night. Because Friday was, I don't want to go into it, but Friday I was not able to work on this. So Thursday night I was walking the dogs and I started singing a melody. I had been listening to children's songs because, the 21-year-old grandniece, right? And so I just started singing the song. I've been wanting to work with mistakes while you're playing, and I just wasn't getting anywhere. So I did some research and looked up what's what I could find out about making mistakes, and this guy was telling me. His advice was, of course, the number one advice, the only thing he ever heard was to keep playing. But then he had some other advice that, A, the mistake is small. In the big picture, it's the performance that's big. And that B, I always forget B, I'll come back to it. Then so C, so if you get the song in your head, when you make a mistake, you can just fit back in. And then, of course, if you practice improvisation, you can play your way back in just anywhere, anytime. Okay, so then I still don't remember number two. Usually, by the time I go through three and four, then I remember two. Anyway, so that's a whole nother thing. We'll get to it. I thought it was actually a pretty cool point, but oh yeah, that mistakes are human. They're natural. They're organic. That in a way they're almost good. That they improve a performance. Sort of depends on how the mistake is done. But literally, it's possible for a mistake to improve a performance because it doesn't sound exactly the same every time. So that was very, very interesting. So anyway, I'm walking the dogs, and I start singing this. And so I had been singing for a while. I missed the best part, but I recorded this. It's not the note that counts. It is the rhythm, and it's not the note. Any note can fit. It's just what you do with it. What's more important is the rhythm. And it seems like it's so big, but it's really small. Okay, so that's where I had started. The mistake. It seems like it's so big, but really it is small. And then I added some other stuff. So I went through my recording and I wrote down some of the words, and then I picked up my guitar and okay. So I figured out. It seems like it's so big. Figured out the notes that I was singing. That's the only way I can do it. A, B, A, F sharp. So what key am I in? F sharp. I immediately think, oh, I must be in G. We'll just make that decision, right? So then, see, this is now remember, this is my process. I'm going to share with you what I've come up with so far. So then you can see in the, that edge, I'm losing my words right at the moment. I've written down the chords. Okay, so the top three are, of course, the major. The middle three are, of course, the minor. And that one at the bottom, see, I've gotten infatuated with the minor 7 flat 5. Now, in the key of G, that would be an F. So right here is your F. Okay, I already figured out that the minor 7 flat 5, this so-called half diminished, on the middle 4 strings is like 2 3 2 3 would be a B minor 7 flat 5. Yeah, that thing's so hard to say. Anyway, it's the diatonic diminished chord with your 4th note, the 7th. Okay, so now the F sharp on the bottom 4 strings, it's even simpler. It's 4 5 5 5. So now check this out. I'm kind of jumping forward, but this is just so cool. Okay, so it goes. Oh no, oh no, oh, oh no, uh-oh, oh no, uh-oh. Okay, I know, it's silly. I love that. It'll be in the song. The whole mistake thing. I'm getting there. So then when I wrote out the notes so that I could figure out my chords, remember I showed you that. Now, I want to point out that if you look down, it says it seems like it's so big, but really it's so small. But then I wrote it up above so I could put the notes below it, A, 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 B, A, B, A, F sharp. But then when we make a mistake was supposed to be the first line, and I wrote its notes above because there was no room. And all of a sudden I start singing, it seems like it's so big when we make a mistake, and I reversed the melody. So I reversed those 2 lines, and the songwriting process is just amazing. It's better. I didn't do it on purpose. I ran out of room on my paper. I wasn't paying attention. I just started singing. Now check this out. I love this. It seems like it's so big when we make a mistake. It's supposed to be a B minor. But, where am I? Yeah. But really, it is. Okay, I got the first 2 lines. Okay. I guess I hadn't worked out this 3rd line. Anyway, so it seems like it's so big, and so instead of switching chords, I'm hitting that D, which turns that into a C add 9. So it seems like it's so big when we make, and then the B, a mistake. Now, I do want to point out, so many times I have seen that called an A add 9. It's just those two second fret on the D and second fret on the 3 on the G. Okay. However, that is inaccurate. Okay. A, E, A, B, E. See, if you've got an A minor, that's your only C. That's your 3. That 3 determines that it's a major or minor. If you take that 3 out and replace it with a 2 or a 4, A sus2, A sus4. If you do not have the 3, it's a sus. Sus2 or sus4. If you replace the 3 with a 2 or 4, it's a sus2 or 4. But if you add the B and you still have your C, so now if you were to add the B and keep the C, then it's an add 9. Okay, so for instance, this C, I've stuck a D in there. So it's the 2 note, or it's an octave up above my bass, so it is a 9. The note is a 9, not actually a 2. And I still have my, oh, not the G, the E. I still have my E, that's my 3. So because the E is in there, this is a C add 9. That's how that works. And there's a lot of inaccuracy out there, and so you can do what you want, but I don't care who says what. There's some really famous people. There are even instructors who've been trained, people who are associated with music schools who say wrong things, and so I always have to check on my own because I'm just like that. Anyway, that's how that works. So it's coming along. I love this. It seems like it's a bit when we make a mistake. Anyway, that's it. Holy mackerel. Oops. That's 13 minutes. Sorry about that. It's even longer than yesterday's. Okay, I'll put it out there if anybody wants to see it.